episode 15 of What They Don't Teach You in Here in School. In the car again, y'all. I have had some productive days. And yeah. So I was supposed to pre-record earlier. That didn't happen. But let's get into it. So, if you've been watching the last 2 episodes, we've been talking about money. Where is it? What are we supposed to do with it? How do we make sure it's staying in the house? Blah, 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 blah. Taxes, stuff like that. But I wanted to do the next couple of episodes concerning the revenue that we have coming in as beauticians, anybody who's in the service industry, and you are self-employed. And if you go back, just check out the last couple of episodes. It's some sheets that, we're gonna go over, but because I want to get this video out tonight, and by the time I get home, it's just not gonna happen. So I said, let's keep it moving. We're gonna get this together. We're gonna get this together where I'm just sitting still and have this already done and we just chilling. It's just not happening just now. But have you ever been in a position where you're like, you have this income coming in, you're doing the things you love, that's what your career is, you're doing what you know how to do, what comes easy, and you're making a profit from it, and the income is coming in. But by the end of the week, maybe sometimes in the middle of the week, maybe at the end of the month, you're like, where did all the hard work, the late nights, the this and that, where is it at? I don't see it. I'm going to tell you where it's at. And the importance of those sheets, if you go back 2 episodes, you'll see the different things that we're going to talk about. And one key that I wanted you all to know about this, about your revenue and where's the money and why we're not seeing it, is keeping track of what's going out and knowing what's coming in. We kind of talked about that last week when we were talking about taxes and how I went over 3 easy steps on what your accountant needs for just to do your taxes. It's not a lot. It's very simple. 3 simple steps. Check that out. That was last week's episode. But in those 3 steps, one of them was logging your income. And one way we talked about that was, if you're taking credit card, if you're taking any form of method, and if it's going into your account, all you got to do is go into your account and you can see how much came in that week. Okay? So we got that done. But we're asking the question, well, where is it at though? Where is it at? I'm going to tell you where it's at. Let's use this for example. Let's just say for last week, you made $500. You made $500 for the week. Okay? I'm just giving hypothetical. Okay? Excuse me. You made $500 in what you did. And then let's just act like, okay, I'm a beautician, right? I made $500 for the week. And in tips, I made $150 in tips for the whole week, right? By the end of the week or into the next week, you're like, there's nothing there. Okay, we're starting off just this is where you're at, right? And you're like, what in the world? I made $650. Where is it at? let me ask you this. Do you make your own breakfast? Do you get up and make your own breakfast? Do you eat in the morning? Let's say you don't eat in the morning, okay? So, but excuse me, I'm so sorry. And some of us do, right? Okay, let's just say you eat in the morning. You snack all day because you don't have time to eat. And let's just say you do have time to eat, but did you make your food? Did you bring your lunch? Or let's say you skip all that and you work all day, and by the time you get off, you got to get, something to eat. The only thing by the time you get off is McDonald's. Literally. And it's right there, right next to you, so you have to drive far. So it's conveniently sitting right there in your face, and you're hungry. Okay? So let's just say breakfast, since you didn't make your breakfast and you're running out the door and you got to grab something, the Dunkin' Donuts conveniently is right there. Like, if y'all notice, a lot of these stuffs are literally placed conveniently in certain locations that it's conveniently accessible to us. Literally, let's just think about it. These stores are positioned in a way, it's business. I ain't mad. We need to be mad at ourselves, okay? All right, so by the time you leave out the house, you didn't make yourself breakfast. Oh, let me just grab something, even if it's just a drink. Let's just say you grabbed a drink. These drinks ain't $2 no more. They're not $3, they're not $4. They're at least $5, $6, $7, $8, $5 to $9. Okay? All right? And that's not including a sandwich. So let's just go ahead and make it $10, even though, y'all, it's more than that. Starbucks alone, more than that. I ain't mad, because guess what? You like Starbucks, I like Starbucks. Hey, that's where you want to stop, so be it, right? You can't be mad at them. All right, then you didn't cook, you didn't pack your food, you didn't do your, you didn't make your own food. So what do you got to do? You got to go to the outside sources. Your local deli, your local Subway, just name something local. Or let's just say you didn't eat and you just snack it throughout the day. So you got a minute to go to your local store to grab something quick. Let's just make that $10. And if you really went and bought something, let's make that an additional almost $20, okay? So if you had time to eat, you're in this area, this time, anywhere it's at least $20 and up, okay? So we're already at average $30 already. Day isn't even over yet. By the time you get off work, been doing hair all day, you just want to grab something to eat, because by the time you get home, you're not going to want to fix anything. And there's nothing in the refrigerator. Yeah. So you grab dinner from your local fast food place. Nowadays, think about it, y'all. McDonald's alone, a meal is $15 to $16 and up. Do y'all remember when McDonald's, a meal, a Happy Meal or whatever, was like $5, $6? And I'm just using random fast food stores. All this sounds bad, but guess what, y'all? Let's be real. A lot of us are eating this because it's quick, convenient, don't cost that much. But when you do the numbers, you're gonna see where everything is when. Okay, so that's food every day, and you work 5 days a week. Okay, so we got 30 for breakfast, lunch, and then by the time we eat dinner, let's add another $20. Okay, maybe. All right, I'm just averaging it all out. So we got 30 and 20, that's $50. Let's just round it all. Let's just say you skip what you call it. Let's just make it $45. Okay? And because you've been busy all week, you haven't had a real break, and then by the time you had a break, you don't feel like doing whatever. So we're at $45 a day, 5 days a week. Okay? Let's set that aside. Remember, you only made $650 that week. And you're like, where is it at? So Remember the car note you had to pay. The electric bill was due on this day last week. One of your cousins or someone close to you asked to borrow $20. Then that also was the week your child had to get her hair done. So that's like another $160, $80. Okay? Mind you, you don't have no extra savings. You don't have this, you don't have that. You're living check to check, week to week. Whatever you make that week is what you have. Y'all see where I'm going with this? So, one tip I learned years ago, because what I described to you used to be me. And sometimes it still is me in certain instances. It really is. And I can get into it. I can say why and how this came about and why I do what I do. Well, I'm not going to get into that yet because I do want to share my story. But y'all, if you want to make changes, if you're just sick and tired of being sick and tired, you got to really want it and you got to seek help. Because number one, usually you're stuck in your ways. Sometimes you really just don't know what to do. And I would say for years, I would look at people that who have figured it out, people who have figured out, have shared this story and gave what they did. I've done that for years and I still do it. So I love to learn from others, right? And I got this tip, and this was a very simple tip. Mind you, I've been doing things like this. I've been moving my way. This person said, and it's not just one person, several people that have been in my same shoes, but they are successful now, and they give you the small things that they did that led up to the bigger things they learned how to do once they mastered small movements at a time. When I say small movements, because you've been doing things a certain way forever, it is not fair to yourself when people just say, just do this, just do this. No. First, you got to figure out why you do or move the way you do. All right? So you don't always tackle the surface stuff. You tackle what's underneath the surface. Why? Why do you move like that? Why do you whatever? Once you can figure that out, that will help you with what's really going on. Okay? Same thing like as someone who may be on something, right? There may be a story as to why they are doing what they're doing. And it's usually to cope with something. But I've learned to look at it as, don't be focusing on what they're using to cope, but find out what they're coping from, what they're trying to cope with. And once we can get to that, then you can lead to certain keys or steps to help them get through whatever they're dealing with. So the same thing with money and us as being self-employed and money coming in every day, every whatever, whenever you're working, and you're looking and you're like, where is the money? I'm paying my bills, I'm doing this, I'm doing whatever, but why am I not seeing anything? So I learned from these people, different people, start with small movements. Start with small steps. Number one, the first step you want to do is don't be too hard on yourself. That's the first step, because this is already hard. Trying to get out of moving a certain way, doing things a certain way for years, forever. So you got to take baby steps. So, and those baby steps, they're not easy, but because they're baby steps, they're not as hard either. So that's what I'm about teaching. I've always tried to just do things right off the bat, right whatever. And I've learned you can start that way, but you wind up going back into how you used to do things. But if you take small moves, the small moves literally sets your brain up and your way of moving. What is that? Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh. Oh my God. Y'all. Oh. Jesus. Jesus. Oh, it looked like they was able to get out. No. I'm sorry, y'all. It was a whole car on fire. Whole car on fire, but there are people staying outside the car and whatever, so. Whew. Gee. Like, it literally was just on fire. I've never seen it before. But anyway, let's get back. I'm sorry, y'all. So what I've learned, one of the good keys is to don't be too hard on yourself. It's already going to be different and too much. Well, it's not going to be too much, but it's a lifestyle change, right? And the next step is always remember baby steps, small little incremental steps. I learned this from someone not too long ago, y'all. And again, why I said little baby steps is the baby steps literally helps you, programs you to just do little things. It helps you form a habit. So this one lady said one time, because I used to have a problem with savings, and sometimes I still do, right? I'm going to be real. I don't have a bunch. You know what I mean? That was a problem. So one day I was watching someone, and she says, this is what you do every day that you work. Or when you get your, she said every time you get your paycheck, take $20 from that check, no matter what, and put it up. Put it up. Put it away. $20. She said if you don't have $20, $5, but you have to do it. And every time you get paid, take that $20 and you literally put it on, she said put it underneath your match. Do something, right? And so she said in order for you to understand money, you got to respect money. You got to value it. You got to see what it's worth. Then she also says doing those little steps will literally train you to literally make sure that you put something aside every time you get paid. A lot of us don't know how to do that. A lot of us have certain situations where we're like, it's no way I have $20, $50, this, that. But when I tell you what we kind of went over when I first started this episode, what did we talk about? We went over like breakfast, lunch, dinner, and went over little stuff like that. So she says a little bit at a time, and what it's doing is it's literally training you and telling you you can save, you can do this, you can respect money, you can have money. But you gotta pay attention. You gotta respect and do right by money. So, I know that sounds different, but just pay attention, right? So, I remember every time, what I would do is every time I would make something, if I worked 5 days a week, I would take $20 and put that $20 away, no matter what. And I kept going and kept going. Then next thing you know, I said, First of all, I was proud of myself because I kept doing it and I stayed consistent. Then I added a little bit to it. Then I said, this month, I'm going to add this. So I'm going to put $22 aside and keep going. And yeah, I kept doing it until I increased it to a bigger number. And y'all, I still do it to this day. Just putting something aside. And what that did was, it showed me that I wasn't prioritizing me. I wasn't putting me, I was thinking of, as soon as I get that money, oh, this, you know, it just goes whatever. But what about you? What about if you need something? What about if there's an emergency? What about you? So that it was just a wonderful, great tip. So now let's continue. So I went over the breakfast thing. So if you is it 45 times 5? If I do this 5 days a week, I ain't cook, I ain't nothing, I'm eating out, whatever. $45 a day times 5. It's 25. And 44 times 5 is 20. What did I do? So it's 245. Wait a minute, hold on, y'all. Let me see. So let's say 45 times 5. So 5 times 5 is 25. Okay, carry that 2. 4 times 5 is 20. Add that 2. So 2, 2, 5. That's $225 a week. Now, the reason I use it, you can take that number lower. You could just say, oh, $30 a day. Okay, times that times 5. That's still over $100-something. And if you have family, if you have kids, if you have a husband, okay, where's the groceries? Where's whatever? No one's cooking. No one's whatever. When I did this for myself, y'all, I was spending more money on food and snacks and this and that than I was cooking. So there go $220-something of that $650 you made. Then don't forget, that week your car note was due. The babies, you've got the hair appointment that was due. The electric bill was due. Okay, and that's just that. We ain't talk about the t-shirt you went and bought from Target or some miscellaneous things, and then someone need to borrow $10, and you know, we got money in our pocket or here and there, and a friend needs something, and we feel like, okay, you know, I want something. I love when someone can help me, I'm gonna help someone. Boom. If we do the numbers, you done spent, if not the $650 or a little over it. That's where the money at. So here's the other tip. This video is becoming too long. The other tip is, do this trick. Do it because we'll start small. We're going to do it for one day. Track your spending. So what you're going to do, everywhere you go out and you spend something, get a receipt. At the end of the night, take that receipt, add it up. Add it up. Okay? See how much you spent for that day. Then what I want you to do, remember that planner that we talked about? Which we haven't done, well, I kind of did it, but look at your expenses for the week that's coming. Remember, if you make this week, but you got these bills coming up, you don't have no save, no nothing, but what you made last week, boom. All that's about to be taken out. So we got to ask ourselves, well, where can I cut off? What do I need to do? Remember, baby steps, small little things. Okay, most of us know how to cook. And if you don't know how to cook, you have YouTube, Google, Instagram, TikTok. All you gotta do is buy the ingredients. All you gotta do is buy the stuff and learn how to cook. That's $200-something that could be alleviated, and it can go back into your bank account. Okay? But anyway, when you track your expenses, it's going to blow your mind, and you can be like, oh, oops, there's the money. We don't see it because how it is McDonald's. It's a 10, no, not even 10 no more, like 15 here. You do here, you got in tips, you might make, someone give you this, cash in this or whatever, and you're like, oh, it's just $10. It's just whatever. Those little things add up and add up and add up. You ever been in let's just say like Target, Walmart. You're like picking up stuff. Oh, this is just $7.99. Oh, this is just $15.99. Oh, this blanket is only $35. Oh, the line is only $2.99. Oh my God, I want that. Just $14.49. Y'all, you get to the counter and it rings up 160 something. Now you're like, what? How did? It's the same thing. Oh, a little 15 here, a little 10 here, a little 20 something here, a little whatever. Now, this is for those who are saying, I don't know where my money is or what or whatever. And I need help trying to figure out what this is. This video is for you. These are small baby steps. And when I tell you, and when you start seeking out what you're trying to figure out, and you're trying to seek out how to get help and how to turn this around, information is going to come to you. But you gotta do it. You gotta stick to it. And you're gonna get the help that you need. Okay? So this is just an example. This is a practice run. This is just something. This is part of the money thing that we're going to be talking about for the next few episodes. Because y'all, everything I'm describing was me and sometimes still is me. But when I learned those keys, when I get off track on my knee, I know how to get back on track. I know what I need to do because I've been very educated, and I've educated through some very smart people who was sick and tired of being sick and tired and said, you know what? I want to end this and I want to figure this out. I don't want to be this person anymore. And I'm here to share what I've learned, and I hope that these episodes have helped. And I'm mainly speaking to my young people and people who are, maybe getting ready to start into the business. These type of things are going to happen because, again, we're creators, right? We just love to create. When you say we had to do this, and that, no, I just want to do my skills. No, there's more to it. So, I hope this helped. If you have any comments, questions, comment. And if you're liking these episodes, do me a favor. Subscribe to my channel. It helps me. Y'all know this is my hobby / a part-time job to be, you know what I mean? Because my goal is to be monetized. And to be honest, to be real, y'all, I was approved to be monetized. And I've already started making little and I laughed at it. My first revenue, or when I looked at it one time, it was 13 cents. But the great thing is, y'all, I completed a goal. Y'all remember my goal was to have a hobby, and my desire and my goal was to get monetized. And I was approved for monetization Was it this year? Was it in January? But there's so much other little steps you gotta learn to do, to bring in, whatever. So I'm still learning. It has not been like let me figure this out, because y'all, that's a lot, because I'm trying to manage multiple things, and it's just not a big deal. I was just excited that when they sent me the thing saying you have been approved, congratulations, blah blah blah. And y'all, I'm earning from my shorts. The next thing is to earn from my videos. But it's just a hobby, and it's just exciting, and I'm doing something that my platform is doing something that I enjoy doing, which is, one is to share my experiences as a hairstylist, and not just a hairstylist, but a grandma, just a regular woman, in her daily life, sharing me. And I love to teach, and that is my ultimate goal, is to teach and to show others about a business that I've been in for over 30 years. So enough, y'all. It's on now. Look, 31 minutes and 13 seconds. I hope you all enjoy this video. Comment, y'all. Comment. Let me hear what you gotta say. But you all have a good rest of the night, and I will see you next Tuesday. What they don't teach you in hair school. Bye.